this video, we'll be emulating the launch of a Kickstarter. We'll create an extremely targeted audience with our goal being to get our project funded within 30 days at the cost of $1 per day for a total of $30. Let's say our Kickstarter project are a set of customizable barbecue brands so that passionate barbecue enthusiasts can proudly serve with their own signature. On Facebook, you'll be paying about $1 for 1,000 impressions. Your job is to make sure that those impressions are being served to the right audience. While that may sound tricky, we've got good news. Your competitors' projects, both past and present, have already done the hard work for you. That means we can capture the backing audience of other crowdfunders in the same niche as ours easily and inexpensively. This is our software dashboard, and it is integrated with the Facebook advertiser using the Facebook API. While the default Facebook advertiser will allow us to target people who like barbecues, and we can see here that would give us an instant audience of over 800,000 in the US alone, we would waste all our money without getting a single backer because everyone likes barbecues. We want barbecue enthusiasts, pit masters, even event creators and caterers. Let's go ahead and select these and copy them to the targeter. The targeter is where we get to manipulate our audience and is the reason for using this software, as these functions are not possible within the default Facebook and Instagram advertiser. We'll go ahead and add people who like barbecue temporarily for demonstration, but only on the condition that they like pit boys as well. This shows a real interest in the barbecue niche. If we were to create a second condition, it would be stating to Facebook that we want to target people who either like barbecues or pit boys. For this example, we only want to spend $1 a day, so we don't need an audience of millions, just a real hardcore barbecue crowd with commercial intent. So let's remove barbecue and do a better job. Remember, the better your audience, the lower your costs. Pitmasters are true enthusiasts. I have no doubt we'll get a good response there. The Barbecue Guru is a site that sells professional barbecue equipment to pitmasters worldwide. So this is an audience with commercial intent. People who specifically want to see products related to barbecue. I'll also add the Backyard Barbecue, not because I want to reach their fans, but because I want to reach their caterers. The Barbecue Depot is probably the best find so far. It's like Home Depot, but for pitmasters. By targeting their audience, we know that we're not simply targeting people looking for recipes, but people who want to see products for sale related to barbecuing. I'll also add the Cattle Boys barbecue sauce. Why? Because these are people who spend money having barbecue sauce sent from the Cattle Boys to places throughout the US and the world as well. These are people who are spending money online to make their barbecues better. You get the point. Now, let's really drill down this audience to make it even better. And remember, this works for every crowdfunding niche. Let's start with the Demographics tab. The Demographics tab allows us to sort our audience by school, level of education, employer, and job title. If we wanted to, we could select caterer and know that every impression goes before a cooking professional. The Behaviors tab is an absolutely powerful tool. In the case of barbecues, we can filter our results by event creators, people hosting garden parties and catered events. But it's especially powerful for those of you who are producing digital products, such as apps and games. You can sort your audience by what device they use and how many hours per day they use it, as well as hundreds of other behaviors that are too many to mention. But you can see just a few of them here. Can you spot the target audience for your niche? The events targeter is a bit too deep to get into, but we'll cover the basics. You can sort people based on life events, such as getting engaged, buying a home, or expecting a baby. In politics, we can sort users based on their political beliefs. In fact, I don't know too many hardcore liberals that barbecue, so why don't we add them to the targeter and add an exclusion? That means none of our impressions will go to that particular political group. This is another feature of the software that can't be duplicated within the Facebook or Instagram ad platform. Industries allows us to select the industry related to the target audience. Let's add food preparation and services to the targeter. Keep in mind, we're not targeting all of these groups, fan pages, and people. We are targeting only the ones that meet all of these conditions. You can see how refined our audience will be and how every impression is going to count by the time we're finished. In the Income tab, we can choose to target people who are extremely financially solvent and have disposable income. Most Kickstarter backers have backed more than one project. This is our target audience. For this example, I will select only those people with an income of over $100,000 per year. The Home Ownership tab is important to me because I believe that the audience for my barbecue grounds are homeowners or home renters. I don't believe my audience live in apartments. Therefore, I can add them to the targeter and make sure that they were excluded so that no impressions are presented before anyone who lives in an apartment. You can also target your audience based on ethnicity. I don't have a particular audience for my project, but maybe you have one for yours. Click Generation to choose the generation of your target audience. I will select my audience by age later in this video. Household composition basically means who's at home. Kids, grandchildren, empty nesters, or even newborns. This isn't relevant to my project, but it may be relevant to your own. Moms are their own niche, and Facebook divides moms into several categories, including stay-at-home moms, soccer moms, corporate professionals, and more. If your Kickstarter targets small business owners, then Office Type is the tab for you. Finally, Family Status presents you with multiple parenting options. This isn't really relevant to our project, but it might be to your own. Finally, we have a fairly laser-targeted audience, but we're not done yet. We want our crowdfunder backed in 30 days with as little work as possible. Note, we've selected Instagram as well. Instagram is especially powerful for cooking-related projects. If we have a good audience, we can run one ad for $1 per day for 30 days for a total of $30, and we'll never have to do any work at all other than communicate with our backers. Let's click Export, and the software will export the ad to our Facebook Ad Manager. We've already done all the detailed work that would have not been possible within the Facebook ad platform. Now, let's perform some basic functions that will make our target audience even better. Searching Google, I can see that some states like barbecuing more than others. It seems these southern states would be the best place for my ads to run. Let's go ahead and input them into the advertiser. Remember, the software exported our campaign to the ad manager, so we just need to fill in a couple more blanks. I'll go ahead and add those states. That means that these are the only states in which the ad will be presented. I don't really see too many young pitmasters, so I'll increase the age just a little bit. Our ad is complete. We've already done the work. Remember, this level of laser targeting doesn't make the ad more expensive, it makes it cheaper. A good project creator will get clicks for 1 cent if he or she has run a compelling ad to a laser targeted audience. You will pay about $1 for 1,000 impressions, regardless of the quality of that audience. If we wanted even better results, we could turn our ad into a contest. You can set up a contest to compel users to share your post, submit an email opt-in, or even have them back your project for $1. And if 500 $1 backers are achieved, one lucky backer will receive a full reward. Not only is that more profitable than a single backing, the more activity our Kickstarter gets, the higher it moves up in its Kickstarter category, resulting in even more activity. The possibilities are literally limitless with our software, which is in compliance with Facebook's terms of service. Remember, when you visit Kickstarter and see all the action on these projects, it's because they show the projects that are getting backers first. It looks easy. It appears everyone's getting action. But projects don't fund themselves. Scroll further down and you'll find all the project creators who thought they could put a project up and expect backers to somehow find it. The truth is, many projects fail to acquire a single backer. and others are so far down in their category that they're never seen at all. The latest Kickstarter report shows the percentage of projects backed for every category, and it's about 38% on average. For a project to get funded now, it must be promoted. You can't afford to fail the first time because backers check your project history prior to hitting that PayPal button. Crowdmonsters.com has all the tools and services you need to get your crowdfunder backed. Visit us to see all of our do-it-yourself methods, both free and paid. And once again, thanks for watching, folks.